Okay, so it's summertime here at the Xfinity Center, and we're taking a little bit of time to get to know our Maryland women's basketball team. So Oluchi Okananwa is now with me, and you are new to College Park, so welcome to College Park.
Thank you so much for having me.
So at the time of recording, last Monday that you got to College Park, so it's still very new and everything.
Yes.
How has kind of settling in been so far, getting moved in, all that stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest difference for me is just the size of the city, especially the campus. So I've been using a lot of VOs, which is like a transportation system with like scooters or bikes.
Yeah.
So it's helped a lot.
Yeah, because it is a big campus.
Yeah.
Especially when you're still learning it and everything.
Exactly.
So, you guys haven't fully started like practicing and stuff just yet, but you've been around the team a little bit. What is it like kind of been getting settled in with your new teammates?
Yeah, it's been great. I've been around the girls also, but most importantly the coaches. And I mean, being able to be in that environment and get to know everyone just has me really excited for the season.
Yeah, so you're transferring in from Duke, and so hopefully no Maryland fans have given you too much, stick about that just yet, the long-standing rivalry, but welcome to the light side.
Yeah.
And so, that was a switch that you made, and, we were talking about it before, but the coaches really wanted you here, and it was a pretty quick process.
Yes, it was. I mean, so right when my name entered the portal, it was a Friday, and obviously, like, schools reached out, and I was talking to schools, and I got on the phone with Coach Freese that night, and we originally were planning, okay, so visit Tuesday till whatever. And then, like, I don't even know, like, maybe, like, an hour or so later, she's like, actually, like, let's just get you here tomorrow. Like, let's just, like, clear everything and get you here as soon as we can. We don't want to waste any time.
Yeah.
So
what were the conversations like with her, throughout the whole process? Were you kind of like, yeah, Maryland's the right spot for me?
Yeah, I mean, I think just sometimes, when you know, and like this time around, having 2 years of college basketball under my belt, like, I know what I'm looking for. I know my needs, obviously I have my wants, and really Maryland just checked all those boxes. So there's really no need to waste any time.
Yeah. So for Maryland fans that maybe haven't seen you play yet, how would you describe your playing style?
Energetic. Yeah. Like just everywhere at the same time. It's really hard to describe.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't really know what I do. So 1 minute I'm here, 1 minute I'm there, but
it always keeps the other team guessing.
Exactly.
You don't even know what you're going to do sometimes.
Exactly, spot on. But I would definitely say I just play with a lot of heart and a lot of effort.
So, kind of in the off season, are there any particular parts of your game that you've really been working on going into the new season?
Oh, of course. A lot.
Yeah.
I mean, definitely particularly my left hand, being able to go both ways is a big thing for me. It's something I know I can do, but just not relying on my tendencies that much. So, of course, working on my offhand, working on my standstill shooting, which I know is so much better than the numbers show in previous years. But I promise I can shoot, and I really do want to show that this season.
That's awesome. Yeah, we were talking, everybody kind of taking like parts from previous years and working on it, and some are coming back from injuries and everything. So everybody comes in at different kind of points working on different things. So I'm kind of curious where we're at this point. So let's talk about, growing up and everything, because when did basketball kind of first come on your radar and work into your life plans, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, so like we were talking previously, my mom put me in every sport there was, just to see which one was going to stick for me. So a few stuck. Gymnastics really stuck, and gymnastics, I will say, was my first sports love, but unfortunately I grew too tall for that. And then basketball kind of came and swooped in and stole my heart. I remember vividly, it was after my 7th grade championships. My brothers and my dad came to watch me play, and my oldest brother, Chama, he saw me play in that game, and he said, "You're never going to be that bad again." And then the next day, he got us a Y membership. And I mean, from that point on, it was like, okay, like this is my sport. Like this is something I can go far with.
So what were the kind of the family conversations about, like when you really kind of started taking it seriously, thinking that, I could go and play in college?
Yeah. It's a good question. I mean, there wasn't much. It was one of those things where it was like enough said. We didn't really have to talk about how far I can take it, because everyone knew I wanted to go as far as I can with it. Obviously, professionally is the next step that I'm hoping to reach one day. So really for them, it was just how can we help? And I mean, my whole family made so many sacrifices for me.
Yeah.
to be where I am today. So I'm so grateful for that.
So your family's obviously very important to you.
Yeah.
How have they kind of been an influence on who you are just as a person, let alone an athlete?
Yeah. I mean, so I'm the last of 4. I'm the baby of the house. So I definitely say one thing they've done really good with my development as a person is not letting that be my crutch. You know, you hear a lot about people saying, oh, the baby of the house, they get everything they want. They get the, you know, like they get a free pass. I did not get that. They were very much on me. They very much held me accountable. So, I mean, honestly, I think that's what helps translate to my basketball life and staying on top of things and knowing that I'm not necessarily going to get any handouts.
Right. And we were talking, your whole family was very athletic and, you know, probably a lot of competing in, you know, the driveway or at the Y or
the
something
driveway.
Like that. Yeah.
It was where it actually started. Yeah.
What were those battles like? Because you seem like very competitive.
Yes.
And, you know.
So, I mean, the reason why I play the way I do, which is like, I play really aggressive, you know, it's because I grew up playing against my brothers. I mean, obviously before the whole 7th grade fiasco and whatnot, when we would just play for fun, we would play in our driveway. It was me against them. We'd play a game called 21, which is basically, every man for themselves. But basically, they did not go easy. Like, you'd think, like, these, because my oldest brother is like 8 years, second oldest brother is like 7. And you'd think that here's this little girl.
Baby sister.
Like, let's take the layup, you know, take the shot. No. They were just full on attack mode. So, I mean, I had to be aggressive back.
And now you kind of have them to thank for that.
I do.
Probably didn't feel like it at the time.
I really do. At the time, well, actually, at the time, I wasn't even thinking about, oh, this is unfair. I was thinking about, I need a win.
Yeah.
So I think that's another thing that is really prevalent in my basketball career today. I don't like to make up excuses for myself. I just think, well, how can I get around it? Like, what are my strengths that I can use against their weaknesses?
It's kind of funny thinking back that far as like those games in the drive and like how much not only develop you as an athlete, but like your mentality.
Yeah,
too.
exactly.
Like that is something that from kind of the nature nurture type of thing, you know, your family has a huge impact on that. So, you know, they're obviously, I'm sure, very, very proud of you now and everything you've done. But do they take any kind of claims like, we taught her that in the driveway?
Yeah. Well, they're very much the mindset, and I love it because it keeps me going of like, okay, next. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, obviously you celebrate your wins where there are, but it's kind of always like, well, we still have a long way to go. And it is the truth. So I like that, though. Doesn't let me sit too long in the losses or sit too long in the wins.
Yeah. So we talked a lot of basketball, but I also love this as an opportunity to talk about other things. So what do you like kind of getting up to when you're not playing basketball?
Yeah. So I love fashion.
Oh, okay.
I love fashion a lot.
Yeah.
I started a series at my last school called Styling with Oluchi that honestly my teammate Jaden, like she just mentioned it. She's like, hey, like, what if you styled us? You know what I mean? Because everyone knows I love fashion. Yeah. I'm really girly and whatnot. And I was like, you know, that would be fun. So we just started filming it. And honestly, like, it took off. I had the amazing help of Calvin Koo. He's a part of the social media directory at Duke. And I mean, it just came out really nice.
That's awesome.
That's when I kind of knew, like, I can do something with this, and I want to keep on continuing to go down this avenue of what this can become. And then, honestly, like, the coolest moment was just it being picked up by New York Times and USA Today.
That's awesome.
Just looking
Google
at that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so, I mean, it's great because it's outside of basketball. I'm a big believer that everybody needs something outside of their identity in basketball. Otherwise, you can literally go crazy.
You burn out.
Yeah, you really do burn out. And most importantly, you put all your chips into that pot. Meaning, like, you know, however it goes with basketball is kind of how you feel about yourself. And I'm not a fan of that. So I'm just so thankful that I was able to find this other avenue and write it out.
What were the conversations with your teammates like, you know, when you were kind of like taking over? It's like, I'm going to give you guys like the tips and the ideas. And
no,
the
they were so
Yeah?
welcoming. Of course. Like, I mean, my teammates, those are my sisters for life. So, I mean, they know how much I love to do this and that. They're kind of like, just whatever you need, whatever you want to do, go ahead. So it was awesome.
How much do you pay attention? Because there's been a huge thing over the last several years about like the arrival outfits for like athletes like coming into the stadium and stuff like that. Is that something you kind of pay attention to? Because that's a big way that athletes express themselves arriving to games.
Well, I mean, especially for women, I think it's so important. Like, we're basketball players, yes, but we're also girls. So I think being able to give the platform to express who we are, because you can tell personality through style so much. And I think that is so cool, because obviously on the court we're all wearing the same uniform, so it's like, well, who is she? You know? So
good point.
I really like that.
That's
Everyone's
awesome.
been given this outlet.
That's very well said too, because I never thought about it like that. That yeah, on the court, like there is something you said about like, you know, unity. We are a group, same uniform, same goal, kind of thing. But off the court, kind of making a point to express yourself in a lot of ways. And so you found an avenue to go and do that.
Yeah.
Are there any athletes in particular that you're like, I really like their style?
Ooh.
Or do you think they could also up their game a little bit?
That's a tough question. I mean, I've seen outfits that people have worn that I like.
Right, but maybe not their whole style
Yes,
overall. It's
maybe
tough
not
to
their
tell
whole
from just
style.
one.
Yeah, I mean, I think like everyone's putting it on, honestly, and I
Yeah.
love to see it. I love to see their creativity come to life.
So you haven't spent a ton of time with your teammates here just yet, as we are still early in the
No,
process.
not yet. Yeah.
Have there been any fashion conversations had just yet, or is that something that's on the way?
A little bit.
Yeah?
Particularly with one where she was like, yeah, I'm going to need your help on it. And I was like, oh my gosh, you shouldn't have told me that.
You've opened yourself up
You
to
should not have
something.
said that. So, yeah, but I'm really excited.
So kind of keep an eye on some of the fashion for the team this year. It's awesome. So follow that on all the social media and everything. Some kind of quick fire things before we go. Any TV or movie, you know, recommendations, I guess. You know, we always ask like favorites, but like, what is something you're like, I think everyone needs to watch this?
Okay. It's a tough one. I watch a lot of movies. It's
Okay,
like,
I need to ask you this then.
my
You know the
top
Letterbox like 4 favorites like interviews that they do on like social media?
no, I'm not
this is
familiar
falling
with them.
flat. So Letterbox, like the app, they at all the like red carpets and everything.
Yeah.
They like go to actors and directors, like people in the industry, and like, what are your 4 favorite films? Like, what do those 4 films say about you?
Okay.
And I thought that was like well known kind of thing.
Ooh.
Everybody I've brought it up like to today is like, I have no idea what you're talking about. So I'm like, okay, just what are your favorite movies?
Yes,
But
we can do that though.
Okay.
Okay. 500 Days of Summer.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Starting strong.
Even though I consider that a horror film, I do. But it's
Elaborate.
It's in there. Elaborate. We don't have time.
Okay, that's
But anyways, Call Me by Your Name.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, I have to choose. You have to choose.
And they can just be your current 4. We're not gonna like,
Yeah,
hold
fact.
you to this.
I have to go in a Marvel movie. I have.
Yeah, fair.
Captain America: Winter Soldier.
Great show.
Yeah.
Fantastic show.
I think I'm trying to hit like all different personalities of myself.
And that's kind of the thing. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, I could rifle off 4 like that I like, but
Yeah.
for people that have like such varied interests, you want a little something that's going to represent a little bit of everything,
Exactly.
which is why I like Marvel thing respect.
Yes. What's the last? For some time, it was The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. I love Tim Burton.
Wow.
It's Corpse Bride. Like, I think it's like,
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
Those are 4 very different movies.
Very different.
Interesting. What about like your music taste? Is that also kind of varied, or do you have like some go-to
Well,
stuff?
my music taste has varied a lot, but I am really in the Christian music realm.
Oh, cool.
So, I mean, I just listen to different genres within that. I love indie. I love punk. Obviously, like the normal pop alternative music I like too.
That's awesome. Any TV shows or things you're watching? Are you more of a movie person?
Oh no, I'm an everything person.
Yeah?
So, TV shows, I would have to say Gossip Girl. Like,
Classic.
just has to. Gossip Girl, Vampire Diaries. I love. This is where I get boring and typical, but I just have to
No,
do
it's
it.
interesting.
Yeah. The Chosen, I'm watching right now.
I have not seen that.
Yeah, so it's just telling the story of Jesus Christ, which is awesome.
Interesting.
Really well produced. So, that and Pretty Little Liars.
There you go.
I was looking, I was searching like another movie, like
Yeah,
no.
yeah, you
Pretty
got
Little
a
Liars.
classic.
Yeah.
Any kind of like favorite like home cooked meal kind of thing that like when you think about like home and everything, you're like that's the food item that I love the most.
Plantains.
Yeah.
I love them.
Who prepares them the
My
best?
mom.
Yeah.
Since we were growing up, for breakfast
Oh,
with eggs
Nice.
and potatoes. It's just
And it's tough to replicate that. Like, you can get plantains like places, but nothing like
I know.
made at home.
It is. I mean, I can make it. I bet you I learned.
So how are you as a chef?
Oh, and a lot of people have mixed reviews.
Okay.
But it's only because not many people have really experienced my cooking.
Okay.
Because
sample size is small.
Sample size is small because I went to boarding school. And I didn't want to use the kitchen because it was too communal. Like, I know that sounds bad, but like you had to see it and you wouldn't want to cook either. So boarding school, and then my first 2 years in college, like, it was more like, do I need to? Like, no. So, but now I'm going to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Exciting. We've talked to Sailor today. She's apparently a pretty good cook.
Yeah.
So you maybe get some tips from her. And I think she was even talking about like hosting some kind of dinner at some point. So you can hold her to that.
Yeah, we can all host. Like, so I'm a little bit of a health nut for sure, especially when it's in my control. But it's nutritious and delicious. Like, that's my slogan.
Yeah. Put that on a t-shirt or something.
Yeah. That's never been taken before.
No, probably
no one ever said that.
You need the copyright that easily.
Yeah.
Trademark. So I guess what is one thing that people might not know about you? We talked about the fashion, we talked about basketball and things like that, but what is something that maybe people wouldn't know about you?
My faith is at the center of everything I do.
Yeah.
Like, that's definitely something that I make sure I wear on my sleeve.
Yeah.
That would not be where I am or who I am without Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Undoubtedly. So.
And how has that kind of like factored into like, your decision-making process along the way and everything?
Yeah. I lead where he tells me to go. I can very comfortably say that my discernment is something that I feel like is top notch, especially with where I am right now in my life. And it doesn't come from me, it comes from him.
Right.
So it needs to feel good in my spirit for me to do it, for me to make that kind of choice. So, any and everything I do is very intentional.
Yeah. And so with all that being said, what can the Maryland fans look forward to this season? Taking all of that, everything we now know about
everything we said,
going into this first season in College Park.
I am going to leave everything out there every time I step on the court. And behind the scenes, where no one is looking, I am working my butt off because, this means a lot. It means something. This isn't just, of course, it's a game, but it's more than that at this point. And, having such an amazing fan base as you guys are deserving of my best every night.
I am fired up. I could run through a brick wall right now. So, Oluchi, thank you for your time. Very excited to have you in College Park, and best of luck this season.
Thank you so much.
Awesome.